Hey guys, Carlz0r here, and today we're going to be playing the Secrets of Grindea beta. At least I assume it's pronounced Grindea. I originally thought maybe it was something like Grindea, but I was watching a developer video and I heard one of them say Grindea, so we're going to go with that. Probably doesn't really matter too much, because I probably won't have to pronounce it for the rest of the video. Anyway, we can jump into the options menu really quick just to check out what's available in here. You can turn full screen on or off. You can change the window zoom level. You can change the message speed, the sound and music volume, which if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I keep those low, because the way I record, it makes it very hard to hear me if they're not very low. And of course, I'm very self-absorbed and self-important, so hearing me is obviously the most important thing of these videos. Ha ha ha. Anyway, you can also change the key bindings of the keyboard controls, but I'm playing with an Xbox 360 controller, because as you can tell from the little icons at the bottom of the screen there, that this game has full support for that kind of thing. Of course, it will show the proper prompts for keyboard and mouse if you start doing stuff with the keyboard, so it kind of switches back and forth automatically, which I like. Anyway, this game has an arcade mode, which I won't be checking out today. I don't know exactly what it is. It's probably like fighting off waves of enemies, leveling up, getting loot, and trying to survive as long as possible. And if that's a spot-on assessment of what that mode is, I'd be surprised, because I haven't tried it yet. And I'm not going to be trying it today, but we will be getting into the story mode here shortly. I do want to mention that this game has online multiplayer, which this game could definitely benefit from. For those of you who really like to have online multiplayer in games, that is a definite benefit for you. I won't be playing it today because I don't know anybody else who owns the game at this point, but if somebody else does buy it, maybe we'll be checking that out in the future. Anyway, I'm going to just start a single-player game, and as you can see here, it doesn't look like I've actually tried the game at all, because all these slots are empty. And that's because I was playing the demo version, which is available on their website, and I decided not to carry my character over. When I pulled up this version, which is the full version, which I bound to my Steam account and downloaded from there, my character was still here, but I decided to delete it. Anyway, this would be a good time to mention this game and this beta is currently available and purchasable through the Humble widget on the game's website. I'll have a link to that in the description down below. That'll give you a DRM-free version, and you can redeem it on your Steam account, although this game does not actually have a Steam store yet, so you can't buy it through there yet, but it probably will someday, so if you want to buy it through Steam, wait for it there, but if you buy it on the website, you get the DRM-free copy, and you can redeem it on Steam right now, so that's always an option. It's like $15 for the basic tier, and then there's a few higher tiers that give you progressively more and more insane stuff. You can get, like, a special hat and a soundtrack, and even like when you're paying hundreds or thousands of dollars, you can design in-game stuff that'll be equipable to characters, and you'll be mentioned in the credits and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. I just went with the basic tier because I just want to play the game. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into an empty slot here, and you'll see that we have a preview of our character up there at the top. We can randomize that to make him look different. And if you find something that you even remotely like, you can accept it as it is, or you can start tweaking it. So I can change the gender back and forth, male and female. I'm going to go with a male. We're going to pick a hairstyle. I think I'm going to go with... I don't know what these unlockable ones down here, by the way, are. I assume that maybe they'll either be stuff that will come in later versions of the game, or stuff that you have to unlock by playing the game. I'm not 100% sure about that. Anyway, there's also different skin colors. I'm going to go with this one. You can also change the color of your scarf, which is like the top little bit of your outfit there. Let's go with something like that, and then we'll make our sweater dark blue, and our pants can be like this dark gray, almost black color. And I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and start our game. We'll enter our name. I'll put in Carlz0r. Sorry if that made the microphone spaz out there. And anyway, yeah, I think I might have bumped it a little bit. Sorry. Let's go ahead and jump into normal mode, because there's a normal or a hard, and I don't think this game is that hard at the beginning, but it might get really hard later, and I don't... It says that you can change it at any point, though, so I don't think it matters that much which one you decide on there. Anyway, there's some story dialogue here. I'm going to kind of jump through it really quick because I've already read all of this. If you want to read it, you can pause the video at the appropriate times. That's why I'm leaving it up on screen for a couple extra seconds there. It's basically saying that we need to go and go on this adventure, and he's going to give us his old magic bag that he had when he was going on adventures. And he says that the bag is a dear friend of our family, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense at this point, but you will see in a little while that it will make a little bit more sense soon enough. And he kind of gives us some hints of where we can go to get our initial gear. I believe the shield was in here. Ah, yes, but we need the sword first, I forgot. I found the sword first, and that was by going over to this first house on the left. So, as we can see, our friend here isn't feeling too good. So we gotta go and ask his mother if we can have the sword back. And she gives it to us. It automatically equips itself to the X button, so we can go ahead and test it out on that crate, destroy these lovely people's home, and look for loot, which I don't think there is any in this house. Oh, we found a carrot! All of that box breaking and barrel destroying was worth it after all. You can of course break pots and barrels and crates, but you can't break furniture or anything like that because that would be mean-spirited to the people who live in these lovely houses. Of course they don't care if you break open all of their storage containers, just their furniture. So, anyway, I think there might be, yeah, there's stuff you can find by breaking all the stuff in this room, so I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick, even though it might not be all that thrilling to watch on video. Because our goal here is just to get to that chest that I just revealed behind those boxes and such. You may have noticed that our father, or whoever that character at the beginning was, I forgot, mentioned that our shield was in the storage cave, and this is the storage cave. And that gives us the ability to hold a shield up in front of ourselves, and you can tell by that bar there how many hits it can absorb before it temporarily breaks and becomes unusable. Now that we have those items, I don't think there's anything really to do in this house. Yeah, just somebody to talk to. You can talk to all the NPCs. Sometimes they have interesting things to say. Sometimes it's kind of funny. Sometimes it's kind of just informative. Anyway, we can talk to this person to go ahead and try to leave town. And this person also gives us an additional weapon that we can try out here. And I think it automatically... Oh yeah, we get the option to automatically equip it. And as you can see, this is a longer range and harder hitting weapon, but it is a lot slower. We are still able to use our shield, I thought. Oh, this is a cutscene. And yeah, this is why the bag is a close personal friend of the family. It talks, and it's very grumpy. He's kind of helpful in that I don't actually care about you, I just care about what you can do for me sort of way. Which is how all good companions in video games should be. When they're all lovey-dovey and happy, it gets kind of boring. It's just like, oh yes, your undying devotion and adoration, I know. But when they're kind of grumpy, it provides some comedic relief, which I definitely really like. Something that I want to point out to you right away, I mean right now, before I get any further, is the animations in this game. The pixel art, the animations, the art style, it's all so good. I'm going to switch back to my other weapon because I don't like this one as much. So we have these quick slot things down here. We can put items in these quick slots if we want to. So I will go ahead and demonstrate that really quick. We can change our current weapon loadout and stuff right here just by switching like that. But if we want to switch more quickly, now that we have stuff in our quick slots, you see how the top left thing there is changing? I can hit the Y button to switch what my weapon is, or I can hit the X button while I'm holding the L trigger to switch what my weapon is. So we can kind of switch back and forth. I'm holding left trigger. This is Xbox 360 controls. I assume there's a nice and easy way to do this on keyboard as well. Left trigger Y switches me to my two-handed weapon. Left trigger X switches me back to my one-handed weapon. And I like that because it kind of provides some nice fluidity. You can set up some of your favorite skills and weapons and abilities and stuff like that to hotkeys, so you don't have to actually access the menu every time you want to change things around. You just kind of have to spend a few moments in the menu arranging your quick slots the way you want them to be. Because you can also set a different set of quick slots to the right trigger, which will allow you to make changes to that as well. Anyway, we just leveled up, so now we get into what's really interesting about this game, which is the skills and magic and leveling up and such. At least one of the really interesting things here. I would recommend watching the trailer to this game because it shows off a lot of the stuff that you can do, side stuff in this game like fishing and I think like maybe farming or something. There was a bunch of stuff in there. It was a lot to absorb. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and choose a magical ability, and I think I'm going to go with this chain lightning ability. And I think that will automatically equip itself to, yes, the Y button. So now, when we want to cast lightning on something, we can hit the Y button to zap it. You can also hold the Y button and zap in order to charge it up a little bit and make it a little bit stronger. And since this is chain lightning, it can attack multiple enemies at once, which is definitely really nice. Definitely very important. So we can kind of become a sort of combat mage, or we can also put our skills into mainly support or mainly defensive sort of abilities. In fact, let me go ahead and show some of the other stuff really quick here. There's combat skills where we can have these different active attacks and stuff here that we can do with our weapons. And also with two-handed weapons here, there's an entirely different set of things we can choose from. And then there's also passive skills, which aren't implemented yet. This is a beta version of the game. But eventually these will be passive skills that will make your, I assume, your combat and melee and stuff like that more effective. Then here's your magic, where you have fireballs and meteors and flamethrowers and ice novas and ice spikes and ground spikes and insect swarms and everything you could possibly wish for with attacking type magic there. And then we also have support magic, which allows us to cast a defensive barrier upon ourselves. We can also, increase our attack speed and cast speed of you and your allies for a short duration. Really useful for multiplayer, I assume. And we have some other missing abilities here because, once again, this is a beta. No passive abilities in the game yet, and some of the offensive and defensive magic here in the support are missing. Anyway, we also have a quest log where we can see our current quests. We have to venture down the Pillar Mountains in order to reach the city at the bottom. That's our current thing, our main story quest. I believe there are also side quests and such, which we will be able to view through here, but I haven't actually gotten to that point yet. I only played for a few minutes, just to get used to some of the game mechanics and stuff before making this video. So, I don't know what any of this is. I assume that this kind of categorizes all the enemies that we've run into and shows us the known things that they drop. Some of these things are still grayed out because the enemies haven't actually dropped them yet, I assume. This enemy I'll be running into in a little while here. This is a bee, but it's grayed out because we haven't run into it yet. And apparently there's also collectible cards in this game, but I don't know what those are yet. Anyway, I assume... Oh, these are achievements. Trophies, achievements. If you actually do stuff... 25 unique items. Oh, it'll give me 700 gold. Now I understand. Now I get it. We also have a map, which is kind of just a basic map of areas. It doesn't really show you like a map of what the area actually looks like in the game. And then we have our options. We can save and quit, or we can change some of the game options right there in that menu. Anyway, that's enough menu hunting. I'm sure I'm absolutely thrilling the viewers at home with my... I don't know what this does. I assume maybe I can find some way to wake up this plant and climb up to that cave or something. Anyway, I'm sure I'm thrilling the viewers with all of my pointless rambling and wandering around and poking through menus, and I just want to kind of show some of the things that are in this game, even though I won't get to everything. Like I said, there's like all kinds of little side stuff you can do, like fishing, which I don't have a fishing rod yet, so I assume that I won't be able to fish. This looks like a place I would be able to do that if I had the necessary stuff. Oh, and that sign is giving me a hint of something I can do. It says, when a bee is swooping at you, hold up your shield, and it'll bounce off and get stunned. So, I like how it represents that in, like, visual form, because it might be slightly confusing otherwise. You'd be like, oh, what, does the bee have to swipe into me, or do I run into the bee with my shield, or what do I do? And that just kind of shows you in picture form. When the bee does its swooping attack, hold up your shield and knock it to the side. So we're going to grab whatever's in this chest. Ah, some shoes, which it automatically equipped for me because I didn't have any shoes on. Increased my defense a little bit, which is nice. keep on forgetting that I have offensive magic. I have the ability to offend... Ow! The ability to offend people. Did I gain any other... No, I haven't yet. I'm about to level up again. I haven't yet. Perhaps this bunny will give me the necessary experience. Yes. Alright, so now we can put our skill point into something else. So I could go ahead and get another point in Chain Lightning, or I could get Cloud Strike, which is also kind of cool. I was trying this skill out when I played earlier. And so now we can hit the A button, or B button, sorry, and summon a little Cloud Friend. It takes up part of my mana. I can't regenerate all of my mana while the cloud is present, but he'll run around and attack enemies for me. Oops. He can't get the bees because the bees are up in the air. He could probably get them, yeah, after I knock them down. He'll gladly attack things for me. He can get this rabbit. It doesn't seem like he's very useful right now, but when I run into like a whole crowd of people, he starts wailing on things that I'm not attacking, which is kind of nice. See, he's letting me know about something that might be some kind of quest or something to go check out. Come on, bee. Swoop at me. This is one thing that's kind of annoyed me so far, is that this enemy... I could understand it being a nice tactic to stun it by knocking it down, but it doesn't really make any sense that I can't Chain Lightning that bee. If I try to cast my Chain Lightning skill, it just won't work when I'm near him, or it'll go for something else if something else is near enough. You have to do the stun move on the bee. I can understand it maybe being a nice tactic for making the bee easier to defeat, but it should be beatable another way too, because sometimes it's hard to bait the bee into actually swooping at you, and then sometimes they swoop all the time. But it's just a minor gripe. It's not something that ruins the game for me or anything. Let's just leave that rabbit alone. Let's keep on continuing so I can show more of the game. What's in this chest? Was that just a bunch of gold? I think that was a bunch of gold. Very nice. I didn't get to this point when I was trying the game earlier, so... Now we are... they're an organized crime. Yeah, this is content I haven't seen yet. Oh. Oh, he acts all tough and then he wants me to fight for him. Okay. Oh, they're weaklings. I kind of thought maybe that was going to be... Yeah, the bag was surprised too. Uh-oh. Here comes the boss, I guess. Like, the boss of them. I don't know if it's a boss of it. So using it as a term of, like, actual business, not of video game mechanics. Oh yeah, they're even calling him boss. They're even calling her boss. Oh, she's gonna be who I have to fight. Alright, let's try the lightning technique again. Bandit leader, yeah. Oh, ow! That actually really hurt. Oh, man. I did not expect that to be that difficult. Oh, do I have to go through this whole thing again? Oh, okay. I can skip it. Let's all run back into positions. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's skip this. Alright. So we don't want to stand in straight lines from her, because she can do that. But when she does her special move, if she misses, she gets stunned. Okay, I got this now. An embarrassing initial defeat, but... now I've got it down pat. Awesome. Nice little introductory boss fight. It wasn't too difficult. They're blaming the bag. Right. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call this a video here, now that I've kind of shown at least an initial easy boss fight, and a little bit of gameplay here. I might make more videos about this game in the future, because I actually do really like it, and I was really anticipating it during its early development and stuff. So, this is one that I'm actually relatively excited about. You might see more about this in the future, but for now, I would just like to thank you for watching. Thank you guys for coming around. See you guys next time.